The area of a circle equals pi 3.14 times the radius squared. The area of a circle equals pi 3.14 times the radius squared. And the darkness did not comprehend it. Et tenebrae am non comprehenderent. And the darkness did not comprehend it. Et tenebrae am non comprehenderent. A clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a verb. A clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a verb. Tell me about NATO. In 1949, the United States and its allies formed NATO to resist the spread of Soviet communism. Tell me about NATO. In 1949, the United States and its allies formed NATO to resist the spread of Soviet communism.
CCC Week 19, Tell Me About NATO. So the first thing it talks about is the date in 1949. So you're going to show 4 for 40, and then this is a sign for 9. The index and thumb are together. So in 1949, the United States, hand over your heart, and its allies formed NATO. This is where it gets funny. So nay, like your nose, nasal passages, nay, toe, and then you point down your toe. So NATO, to resist the spread of Soviet, remember Russia, we kind of do that Russian dance, Soviet communism. So you're gonna make a C with the right hand and then you're gonna point to it, communism. So here we'll start from the beginning. Tell me about NATO. In 1949, the United States and its allies formed NATO to resist the spread of Soviet communism. Good luck.
What is the difference between an acid and a base? The difference between an acid and a base is an acid donates a hydrogen ion and a base accepts a hydrogen ion. What is the difference between an acid and a base? The difference between an acid and a base is an acid donates a hydrogen ion and a base accepts a hydrogen ion.
This week we will be learning the different trails in the U.S. The first one on the east side is Cumberland Road. Then in the Midwest you have the Santa Fe Trail and the Mormon Trail a little bit north here. The Gila Trail, which is southwest area. The Old Spanish Trail, more on the west. The California Trail up here. And then the Oregon Trail coming down here. Now I ask and you point, where is the Oregon Trail? Where is the California Trail? Where is the Old Spanish Trail? Where is the Gila Trail? Where is the Mormon Trail? Where is the Santa Fe Trail? And where is Cumberland Road? And now I point and you tell me.
And here is our new song for this week. Trails the Cumberland Road, Maryland to Illinois. Santa Fe Trail from Missouri continues west to New Mexico. Gila Trail in New Mexico dips down to the Sonoran Desert. The Old Spanish Trail cuts through the desert from New Mexico to California. The California Trail, Wyoming to CA. Mormon Trail, Illinois to the Great Salt Lake. Oregon Trail, Missouri, from Oregon to the Cascades. Timeline, timeline, this is my timeline. Age of exploration, circa 1400 to circa 1600. Prince Henry founds the School of Navigation, slave trade in Africa. Gutenberg's printing press, Songhai in Africa. Tsar Ivan the Great of Russia, the Spanish Inquisition. Columbus sails to the Caribbean. 1500 AD, 1500 AD, age of absolute monarchs, circa 1500 to circa 1800. Protestant Reformation, Spanish conquistadors in the Americas, Calvin's Institute of the Christian Religion, Council of Trent, Baroque period of the arts, Japan's isolation, Jamestown and Plymouth colony founded, age of enlightenment, circa 1650 to circa 1800, Hudson Bay Company, first great awakening, classical period of the arts, the 7 Years' War. Yes. Timeline, timeline, this is my timeline. Age of industry, circa 1760 to circa 1969. James Cook sails to Australia and Antarctica. American Revolution and General George Washington, Madison's Constitution and the Bill of Rights. French Revolution, the Second Great Awakening. Louisiana Purchase and Lewis and Clark Expedition. Napoleon, crowned Emperor of France. Liberation of South America. The War of 1812. The Missouri Compromise. Immigrants flock to America. The Monroe Doctrine, romantic period of the arts. Cherokee Trail of Tears, U.S. westward expansion. Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto, the Compromise of 1850, and the Dred Scott Decision. U.S. restores trade with Japan. British Queen Victoria rules over India. Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. Yes! Lincoln's War between the states, reconstruction of the southern states, dominion of Canada, Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany, Boer Wars in Africa, the Spanish-American War, the Progressive Era.
SEC Week 19 timeline. It starts out with Lincoln's War between the states. So you're going to make an ASL L sign. Lincoln's War between the states. Reconstruction of the southern states. So it's like you're building that wall again. Reconstruction of the southern. You make an S sign and down for southern states. Dominion of Canada. You're going to grab your collar and just tap it. So I guess that's to represent their big coats in Canada. So Dominion of Canada. Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany. So you're going to show unify by putting your index and thumbs together and like interlinking them. Unification of Germany. So you're going to take your pinky and your thumb and like spread your fingers like this. And this is to symbolize the feathers on the old German flag between the 15th and 19th century. It has an eagle on it with a double head and then all these feathers. So that's how you're showing Germany. Unification of Germany. Then you have Boer Wars in Africa. So you're gonna make the ASL sign for B, Boer Wars in Africa. And then the Spanish-American War, you're just gonna sign it SA, Spanish-American War. And then the Progressive Era, you just put one hand in front of the other like you're progressing. So let's start from the beginning again. You have Lincoln's War between the states, Reconstruction of the Southern States, Dominion of Canada, Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany, Boer Wars in Africa, the Spanish-American War, and the Progressive Era. Good luck. Trenton and Brianna.
Hi.
Today we're going to be talking about probability, and so we're using a quarter, which Brianna's holding up. So Brianna, you're holding up the head side. Can you turn it around so we can see the tails? Yep, that's a tail side. So there's two sides to a coin, the head side and the tail side. So let's look down. So what's the probability of heads? So how many heads are on that coin, Trenton?
One.
One. Okay, so
One.
let's write one.
One.
There's one head and how many sides?
Two sides.
Okay,
Two sides.
so the probability then
Whoa.
of getting one head, since there's two sides, is 1/2 or, can you see this?
50%.
Or 50%, right?
Uh-huh.
Or 50%. Okay?
Okay.
All right, what's the probability of tails? How many tails are on that coin?
One.
One. So there's one tail and two sides. So that means the probability is 1/2 or
50%.
50%. Okay.
Oh, Mom.
What is the probability that one coin flip is both heads and tails? Can you flip the coin and get heads and tails at the same time?
No.
No. So that would never happen. So you would say that's 0 over two sides, which equals 0, nothing, right? 0%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the probability that a coin flip is heads or tails? So what's the chance that you would have a head or a tail if you flipped it?
50%. 100%.
Yeah, it's 100%, right? Because there's two sides. Both sides have either a head or a tail, which is what you're looking for. 2 over 2 is 1, which would be 100%. Okay? So that's how you figure out probability. So the chances of it being heads every time are what percent? So Trenton is going to toss the coin 6 times in our little tray here, and we're gonna see how many he gets. So go ahead, Trent, toss it in and tell me what you get.
I got heads.
Heads. Do it again. Brianna gets to do it. Ready, Brianna? Okay, so you're gonna stop there. So let's see what we got. Trenton got 4 heads and 2 tails. Brianna got 4 heads and 2 tails. So what ended up happening?
So
You had 4 heads instead of 3 heads. So what's the percentage then? It was 4 out of 6, right?
yeah.
Which we need to. This is really hard to write and hold the camera at the same time. So 4, 6, we got
4, 6.
it's actually 2/3.
Yeah.
So what chance is that?
That's like
66 point something percent-ish, right?
Yeah, 60 point.
Okay.
66%.
And then Brianna, the same thing. So again, 66%. Now, did you expect that?
No.
No, what did you expect?
I expected it to be like 3 heads and 3 tails.
50%, right?
Yeah.
So, well, it's important to know that your probability wasn't compatible with your results. Because probability is about chance and the likelihood of a specific event happening over many outcomes. The actual results for fewer repetitions often will not match our calculated probability. All right, so it's a little bit like gambling, right? You have an idea, well, the chances of me getting this are this, but you know that that may not happen.
Yeah.
All right, what'd you guys think? Was that fun?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
Do I get
During the next 3 weeks, we will be learning about these following composers: Debussy, Stravinsky, and Tchaikovsky. You will get to know each one's piece much more intimately. And each week, we will listen to each individual composer's piece. We're going to be turning out the lights, and we're beginning in a restful position. We're going to close our eyes, and we're just going to listen. No busy hands, ears to hear. The whole point of the time is to practice and learn from listening and learning about the orchestra, because during the 4th week, we'll be learning about the different instrument families like strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion. And during the songs, you'll be able to decipher when those instruments play. Enjoy your restful time learning about classical music. Brianna, are you ready to listen to some music?
Yes!
Oh, this is so relaxing.